Yeah, that's so exciting. That's so genuinely exciting. I can't wait. I just really hope that it ends up being good and not shit. If it's shit, I'm gonna be so sad. Like if they drop the ball again, I'm gonna die. Looks so good.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Bro, I can't freaking believe that this is happening again. A new ASIM comes out every time. I'm like, I hate ASIMs. Dead by Daylight did too much damage to me, and then they get a movie IP that I really, really like Evil Dead or Halloween, and I'm like, oh man, I guess I just forgot that all the other games did me so wrong. Why don't we try to get into another one? But yeah, I'm roped in again. I basically fucking said that the two games that could ever really get me into ASIMs are Evil Dead and Halloween, and here I am. They make a Halloween game, I get roped in every time. Every time. I thought that the Halloween game was just gonna be the Retro Realms. I'm cooked. But no, I did get roped in, and all the gameplay came out, and believe me, I'm fully in. The game looks good. It seems that they're doing a little bit of work to try and, you know, fix some of the issues that I've had with like prior ASIMs, and I think that that could end up being a good thing. It looks like at least they're learning some things from Gun, and I hope they keep learning some things from Gun and Texas and all of that. There are a lot of issues that I have with ASIMs in the past that actually seem to kind of be fixed here. The one thing that I like is that Ilphonic doesn't seem scared of actually making the killer pretty strong, which is exciting to me, because one of my biggest issues with ASIMs in general is that all the time the developers are way too scared to actually give the killer some power. And I'm glad that it looks like I'm looking at it, and it looks like the ability for the survivors to bully the killer only goes so far when the killer has a full understanding of how to play Myers and understands like how to fight and how to do things that are, you know, how to counter the bullying. Obviously, there's going to be a learning curve just because Myers seems to control and work a lot differently than killers in past games. He's not really like a brute forcer. He's more of a strategic killer, which is pretty legit to the movies. It makes a lot of sense. And one of the things I did want to talk about mechanically is how I'm less worried going into the base mechanics of how everything works, because one of my biggest issues with Evil Dead was that the balance of the game just seemed to like teeter-totter from one side to the other between updates, and it was because when a balance update came out for Evil Dead, they didn't actually balance the core gameplay to kind of fit the actual game or what needed balance. Like, there were clear mechanical issues that needed balancing that the dev team was too scared to do anything with. And one thing I'm excited about is that while I know Gun isn't really working on the actual like game itself, they're mostly working on like IP related stuff. I feel like at least their past experience working on Texas will actually help them make the game work in some kind of way, because it doesn't seem like we're stuck with the mechanics that we have. If anything happens like the way that Texas Chainsaw Massacre did, like I know Texas Chainsaw Massacre has balance issues even to this day since they've finished working on it, unfortunately. One thing that I like is that Texas Chainsaw wasn't like, the devs weren't scared to change the core mechanics of the game. They weren't scared to make it so you didn't have to play Leatherface anymore. Like they weren't scared to find ways to actually fully change the gameplay that changed the game balance and made the game more fun. And while there were still balance issues by the end of the game, I think I didn't really get as far into the development cycle as I did with Evil Dead. If we actually stick with this game and we keep doing updates and everything is fine, I feel like balance isn't something that we immediately have to worry about outside the gate. I feel like there are things that could be done. It doesn't seem so unbalanced right now, but of course, you know, as the game develops, survivors will start to get strats, Michael players will start to get strats, and then the balance is going to go insane for a little bit. It's one of the things we're going to have to deal with, but I feel like I have faith in the team to be able to actually change the mechanics and make the game work eventually. So that's something that I'm happy about and glad about, and makes me feel like the game isn't just straight up doomed in the way that Evil Dead was, in my opinion. The only thing that does worry me about the game is the way that the Texas Chainsaw development cycle went. It seemed cut so short. It seemed like there was more game to be had. It seemed like there were more updates to do, but the team just kind of gave up. And I feel like the team just kind of gave up because they got the rights to Friday the 13th again. And they were like, we just need to drop everything we're doing with Texas and just put all of our effort into this game. And the reason that worries me, and that's the most worrying thing to me right now, is that there are still other horror IPs that don't really have games. Like the Terrifier has the arcade game, but who's to say IllFonic won't capture the rights to the Terrifier and go like, oh, well, shit, who gives a fuck about Halloween? Let's just put all of our resources into this new Terrifier game, or Scream, or, you know, any other horror game IP that they could capture, and then just be like, well, I know we've only put out 5 updates for Halloween, but we already got everybody's money. We might as well just go on to a new game. I don't know. I think that IllFonic has been working on Ghostbusters for long enough that it feels like they're not going to drop everything immediately, but I'm not exactly feeling like 100% optimistic, especially with how they were talking at the panel.
These kind of games in the past have been come out and then unfortunately been canceled, like Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Killer Clowns game. What's going to happen to make sure that doesn't happen with Halloween so soon after it comes out?
You've played Predator, I hope. You didn't name Predator. We made 30 Predators now. We supported it for 5 years. Ghostbusters we're still supporting. Clowns we're still supporting. So I feel like we've got a pretty good track record.
It kind of seemed like they were just like, well, we've been working on Predator for so long, just deciding to completely hop over the fact that they dropped development on the Predator for like years and then just picked it back up recently. So I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not fully throwing out the idea that the game could be good and could be worked on for the next 5 years or whatever. I'm just saying that I'm cautiously optimistic because I think that there's a chance that this could be the one. I think that there's a chance that the mechanics work well. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to PAX to see the game play or to play the game myself, but I did see some gameplay hosted by a Dead by Daylight YouTuber, and what I was seeing and hearing were good things. It seems like the balance is seemingly put into Myers' favor at the moment. A lot of what I was hearing is that the devs, or not the devs, but the team that led everything was saying that Myers is actually less powerful in the demo that they had than he will be on release because they wanted to get lines through quickly. They were also saying that the survivors seem to have a lot of power because guns were more prevalent than they would be in the actual release. And I think it's good to hear that things are going to change from that. It does seem like there was a little bit of bullying in the PAX gameplay, but I think that's just because people haven't really caught a grasp on how you're supposed to play Myers yet, which is going to be fun to try and figure out. Because let me tell you what. You guys know, if you know me from my Evil Dead days, I was a survivor main in that. I'm not about to be a survivor main in Halloween. I am going to be terrorizing Haddonfield as Michael Myers, the same way I did in Dead by Daylight when I used to main Michael Myers. I am coming back full circle as a Myers main. I probably will be playing some gameplay as Survivor sometimes. Maybe do some old playing with viewers like I did in Evil Dead. Who knows? We'll find out in September. But I am excited to bring back the Myers main and get in some terror. But honestly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my thoughts about the game, especially because I put such a dog shit video out last week, just literally piggybacking off a live stream. I wanted to put out an actual video talking about it, basically bring the old videos back like I used to, and just get a little bit of my thoughts out about the game and everything. And I wanted to prove that I'm not a fucking Resident Evil content creator as a whole. I swear to God I play other games. I swear to God I'm gonna play other games. But if you do like Resident Evil, I am playing a marathon of the Resident Evil games on Twitch. I'm on Code Veronica right now, if you want to come watch that on Twitch. It's pretty sick. But yeah, I think that's going to do this for me. Thank you for watching this. I appreciate you. Out of all the videos on YouTube, there's like 20 of them, and you decided to watch this one. I really appreciate that. If you made it this far, you're fucking awesome. But I will see you hopefully next week. I'm hoping to post a video every week, but you know how that goes. My hopes and dreams. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully. Goodbye.